ibhadli lapha ingane kaSenzo bayazi nokuthi ifunda ngani esikoleni bazozenza lezimali bazoyenza le mali bayazi nokuyazi sikhathele vuka Senzo vuka mntana methuneni baba kaSenzo vuka vukani nime nilwe ilwani manje sikhathe ukuthi nilwe mndeni okameyiwa basingile baphikhoze vukani emathuneni vuka namba abantu badlala ngathi imali hayi kwanele manje lezinyembe sizikhalayo zincane nenjabulo sisazojabula mndeni nokameyiwa kwanele ngiyakumemeza nguma wakho namhlanje ngithi awukhulume mntanami
my in fact I'm concerned about the representative, the legal representative, or the mandate that Mr. Mjiako alleged to have been given by accused number 2 to represent him. That, according to you, Brigadier, is there any power of attorney that was furnished by Mr. Mjiako?
My lord, I don't think I have authority to ask him to show me the power of attorney. When I met him on the 23rd, the first time, 23rd of June, after I was informed that there's a gentleman who is saying he's an attorney for accused number 2. I don't know how they communicated. I went there, my instruction, and I've said this in evidence in chief, my lord, that I said they must allow him, despite the COVID regulation, because it was a legal visit. I arrived, he identified himself, gave me proof from the LPC, which I verified, and later obviously get a confirmation from people. Other than that, my lord, I don't think I could have taken it any further. I don't think I have authority to say, give me the power of attorney. All I wanted to know was to confirm when I arrived, if he was legally, if he was indeed an attorney, that was confirmed. And subsequent to the proceeding that followed, I was convinced he was an attorney, my lord, because like I said, he appeared numerous times on this matter from the time of its inception and subsequently in Pukeng as well, my lord. And then thirdly, the discussions in terms of Section 105 with the state and with the advocate that he appointed at that time, my lord.
You don't want to disclose the advocate?
I know the same Butelezi, my lord. I remember the same advocate Butelezi.
Okay.
Uthi-ke wena-ke brigadier ubona ukuthi ummeli lo uMjiako wayekade enalo ilungelo na lokumela umangalelo wesibini. Uthi mina anginalo lelo gunya lokuthi ngimbuza ukuthi unalo ilungelo. Ngitshelwe ukuthi kuthiwa uthi uzomela uNtanzi ngathi abamvumele ngenxa yokuthi bekunane leyabhubhane lo COVID-19. Ngathi abamvumele, nami nje mangifika wanginika ke incwadi ebonisayo ukuthi buya khona kubaphathi bama-lawyer, waphinda futhi ngambona futhi nasenkantolo kulo leli cala leli, futhi nasePhukeni ngambona, nangokho bekungasuyena yedwa. Lo munye owesibini angilazi igama lakhe, ngazi nje isibongo sakhe kwakade kungowakaButhelezi.
Lastly, my lord, also I've indicated that on the 23rd, as I was approaching when I arrived at the police station, it is accused number 2 who first stood up and said, "This is my attorney," to me. Secondly, on the first appearance, because I was there, it was asked, accused 2 confirmed that he, Mr. Mjiako, is his legal representative. It's on record, it was televised, my lord, it's there.
Uthi ke enye into yesibili esemqoka uthi ithe yena mayifika lapha esiphoyiseni kulaye ukuthi umangalelo wesibili yena watshela ubrigadier ukuthi nawu ummeli wakhe, futhi nayicala uma lingena enkantolo belikade liboniswa nakumabona kude, umangalelo wesibini washo nakhona ukuthi ummeli wakhe yena uMjiako.
The Brigadier, with due respect, if the court were to grant us leave to produce the clip, accused number 2, you were present, and he instructed me that when he was addressing the magistrate to the effect that I don't want this attorney. Mr. Mjiako responded, but the presiding officer said, I can't listen to you if you are represented. Did you observe that, sir?
Not only, but that's not true, my lord. I was there, that's not true. Like I said, Mr. Mcholo was there, the state advocate was there, number of people were there, journalists were there. There is no way where accused two said in that the first appearance that he does not want Mr. Mjiako. That's absolutely not true. That's why even the request of where he must be incarcerated came through the attorney, Mr. Mjiako. And accused two moved with us for that incarceration during that time. So that is not correct.
Manje ke uthi ummeli uMngomezulu Brigadier akusiqiniso lento ewuyishoyo ngoba ngalesa sikhathi ummangalelwa evela enkantolo uye waphakamisa isandla wathi yena akafuni uMjiako kodwa uMantshi wathi ngeke ngikulalele wena Ntanzi ngoba unommeli. Nangokho ummangalelwa besisekathe yena akamfuni uMjiako futhi naye ummeli uMjiako uyena owaqhubeka efaka nalesa sicelo sokuthi ummangalelwa athathwe ahlaliswe endaweni yakhe eyedwa futhi uthi bebakhona aba umshushisi wayekhona uyaphinda futhi uthi nommeli umshololo wayekade ekhona neindatheli zazikhona ngalelo banga. Ayikho lento yokuthi uMantshi wathi ngeke alalele uNtanzi ngoba enommeli uyachitha lokho ubrigadier.
Mr. Mngomezulu, I hear you saying you're thinking while there, no. Maybe it would be necessary for the clip to be played. Did I hear you correctly, sir?
That's correct, my lord.
No, but the law, does the
Accused number 5 is raising his hand.
Counsel, you may approach your client. Just make sure he's the correct person. Accused number 2. Just a moment, just before you proceed, it seems that the cameras are fixed and what is being said between client and legal representative is being recorded. Just switch off the cameras for a moment, please, so that what is said in confidence between client and attorney is not being recorded. Thank you. You may proceed.
The court places, I apologize, Your Worship, for that
No problem, Mr. Mjobi. Anything further?
situation. Your Worship, my client wishes to address the court, and I have advised him that he has to address the court through me, but he has been insisting that he wishes to address the court on matters that are not particularly related to this appearance.
Yes, the court is not going to allow that at this stage. This is not a media conference, it is a court appearance. If you wish to address the media, do so in your own time, not during as part of court proceedings.
Inkantolo ke ithi ke angeke ivumele lo wena ufuna ukusho mangabe ke wena ufuna ukukhuluma ke nemedia ukwenze lokho ngesikhathi sakho ngoba manje ke silana ke simayelana ke naleli cala.
I advise you to be quiet, sir. You have a legal representative, and I advise you to be quiet and act upon your attorney's instructions.
Ithi inkantolo uthule ke angithi ngoba wena ke unommeli mangabe ke ikhona into ufuna ukuyikhuluma ke uzoyikhuluma ke utshele ke ummeli wakho. Can we be granted your opportunity or to talk right now?
Who are you, sir? Plate number?
Banka.
Right, you have already spoken to your attorney, you've taken advice from your attorney, and the court already addressed you in this regard. The other accused with his hand, what is your surname, sir?
Manje uthi angithi le nto kumtshela ngimtshelile manje inkantolo ukuthi uma ngabe ufuna ukukhuluma okuthize kwamele ukhulume ummeli wakho angithi yena uzokhulumela. And then bawona phakathi isandla sakho bani igama nesibopho.
Guys, good morning, guys. I think we have seen the video, and I'm sure we have actually gone through that video and many times, and we can see what was said by Brigadier Gininda. I can see it's actually making waves. It's actually making waves on social media platforms. It's like we will definitely see Kelly Khumalo coming to the stage. Anytime soon we might see it coming to the court, because now it has reached a point where all these things are now necessary. Now we now need to see these things taking shape and taking place. So we want actually to come to a point where we analyze now, why did they not call Kelly in the first place? We have been talking about it, and now it's now adding up, because the people that were in the house definitely were supposed to be called, all of them, including Kelly's mother, so that we can hear the truth. So when you look at it, guys, there are some things now that are coming out. There are some things that are being revealed now, and we are all actually waiting to see the truth coming out. So it's going to be an interesting one, because remember, there is also there's also this lady Mshololo, there's also Khumalo, there's also Nisi. They are going to interrogate this man thoroughly, because every one of them have got questions for him according to the previous things that were said that he was actually involved in. So guys, you can actually see that this case is actually now getting to a point where the judiciary system has to come up with some solutions and some answers, and they have to definitely come out with some definite solutions over this matter, because we don't want this matter to keep on dragging. I don't know what's your take and what's your thought. Some other thing, no, he wasn't treated fairly. Definitely. We actually saw that. Temba, you're saying not, and Gininda, know why. Yes, Temba, he knows why, definitely. Jennifer, you're saying yes, please send this and family need closure. Definitely, the Senzo meyiwa's family, they need a closure for sure. Gloria David, good morning. So guys, Obitem, good morning. So guys, we need to understand, we need to come to a point where we understand that the meyiwa family is actually in need of closure. They are in need of closure, guys. They need closure. They need closure. Mshengu, good morning. They need closure. Spongisen is saying the judge was biased. He should have listened to him than after give an advice not to deny him a chance to talk, not knowing what he was going to say. Exactly. Thank you, Tanden Kosi. Thank you for that, because when you look at it, the judge actually came to a point where he was saying to him, I will not speak to you, you will speak through the lawyer. Looking at the current court session, Rata gave the people a chance. If the accused raises up a hand in court, we have seen it. Rata will give them even if the defense team is there, but Rata will give them that audience to say, speak. What is it that you want to say? They have the opportunity to speak. But in that first appearance, they were not allowed to speak. Guys, this is tricky, and we need to know, and we need to come to a point of actually understanding how our judiciary system is actually working. Bafana, good morning. So we need to get to that point where we understand how our judiciary system is actually working, because it is failing us in front of our faces. Now look at it. Gininda is saying a lot. Gininda is saying a lot. There's a lot that Gininda is actually saying. There's a lot that Gininda is saying. Siyabonga is saying, why is the current judge not asking Gininda, why didn't he arrest Kelly? No, the one that have to ask that is the defense attorneys. Kolokile Charlie, you're saying a very good morning, advocates. Good morning, advocate. Kolokile, good morning, good morning. So now when you look at it, guys, that's what we want to actually get to that point of asking ourselves, Why did we go through all these police officers that were coming to the court? Why did we go through all those people? Why didn't we start with the people in the house? The story could have finished with all the people in the house, the neighbors, the people that were in the house. They were supposed to tell us the story. Thokozile, that judge was already briefed by Gininda. That's why he didn't want to give him a chance. Exactly. Did you see that the other one was even asked, and he said, I'm going to ask the legal aid to represent me. So he actually spoke. But that young guy was actually not given a chance. Gloria is saying he didn't explain why he didn't. Why is the current judge not asking why didn't he? Gloria is saying, okay, not Gloria is saying, I think Gininda is misleading us in order to get off the hook. Yep, I agree. That's your opinion? Yes. We all saw the head that belonged to the intruder, the one who pulled the trigger. Yet, we saw pics where the same head was worn by Khumalo. I'm just glad he mentioned Kelly. She must be called so that she can be grilled. Exactly. She has to come in, she has to be grilled. The head, definitely we saw the head. All of us, we saw the head. That head actually belongs to Melo. We actually saw that one. Siabonga, you're saying issue. The issue will be the revolver against the pistol. But Gininda, I maintain, is lying. Someone will lose his or her life now. Definitely, I agree with you. Samuke Golide is saying, I like the judge by saying the statement must be read by Baloy, but Baloy did not want because he knows Kelly's name is there. Siakala manj. Definitely, guys. Lindelo, good morning. So, advocate, I don't know what's your take, what's your view, what's your thought, over this whole thing. Some were saying yesterday, this is hogwash. Tilekani, you are saying, when will Senzo's wife be questioned? Seems to be something that everyone is avoiding. Guys, let's be fair here. Senzo's wife, listen, let's go that, let's analyze that. Senzo's wife, honestly speaking, has got nothing to do with this. Senzo was actually doing other things with his girlfriend Kelly. Let's put out Senzo's wife in this picture. Honestly, guys, let's pull that woman out of this picture. She's not part of it. We must bring Longway into the picture rather than bringing the wife of Senzo into the picture. I don't know, but that's my view. I don't know what's your view, but that's my view. I'm not defending anyone. I'm not saying anything. But according to how I see it, Senzo's wife is not part of these shootings and stuff. Babe Darling, you're saying, morning people. Let's see today what is going to happen. Definitely, we are waiting patiently. Tandenkos, you're saying they asked him yesterday, guys. He responded that he sent Kelly's name together with the suspect names that the prosecuting department decided not to prosecute him. Oh, wow. Exactly. Oh, wow. This is interesting. Telling because that's the question I'm asking. Yes, why would we call Senzo's wife to ask her was your husband cheating? Was your husband in a love triangle? I don't know, guys. Siabonga is saying, remember the wife on Dlovu was gunned down going to testify. Same will happen here. Yeah, it's getting tough, guys. It's getting tough. Jennifer Mostert is saying, yes, true. Kulekani, you're saying, good morning. Nicole Silolo, you're saying, good morning also. So, guys, I want to hear your thoughts. What's your thoughts over this issue of today? What is your thought? I was actually supposed to get the WhatsApp line on. Kenneth, Nicole, good morning. Kenneth, you're saying Kelly is in trouble. Imagine you witness against the people while your name is in the same docket with them. She is in trouble, guys. She is in trouble. The things are going to go down. I think now it's going to be hectic. Bongisile, you're saying they must bring a man who stood up and pushed the intruder. He ran away, never called anyone to help those who were... Where is the comment? To help those who were... where is that comment now? Yeah. Kelly's in trouble, imagine. Okay, fine. They are saying Gininda did the job, guys. He is the one who wrote this affidavit and put it in the docket for the world to see. He's hiding nothing, this guy. Wow. Politically, they are saying, I just enjoy how Ngobezulu brushes off Paloi whenever he tries to scare them off on how prejudicial it will be for the accused when the statement is read into record. Yeah, I saw that one. This one is not moved. Bonisile, you're saying they must call long with finish and clap. As a belief. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Kumbuzo. Good morning. Tutuzi, you're saying Gininda wanted to arrest Kelly, but prosecutor refused. That is why we are saying Paloi brought us unnecessary witnesses. Advocate Temba, good morning. Sia, good morning. Good morning as well. Listen, looking at this issue, guys, Paloi was the one responsible for calling the guys and the witnesses to come. And when you look at it, that is where everything went south. Because he actually I want to get to this point. If you look on your screen right now, you can actually see the Mjayeko, that character there. That's that Mjayeko, whatever it can be. That one, this character on this wearing in front of this young man and Ntanzi. So you can actually see that he was there. And there's a point where they were arguing. There's a point, yes, this point. There was a point where they were arguing and the judge said that no, remove cameras. At this point, if you look at it, they were not actually agreeing here, guys. Look, they were not agreeing. He's saying, I want to talk to the judge, not you. So he went now and he told the judge that no, he wants to speak to the court, but I advised him not to speak to the court. He has to speak through me. You see? Yeah. At this point, guys, he was actually refusing. Tutuzi saying Gininda, man of the match. At the moment, he wanted to arrest these 5 guys and kill him, but state prosecutor refused. Pep Darling is saying he's fired today, definitely. Cesar Kelly is saying good morning, people. Good people. Man of the moment, Mr. Gininda. Advocate Donald is saying morning fellow essay. As the lead investigator, you made decisions on the case you are investigating. If he wants to arrest Kelly, he should have done that long time as an accomplice to the case, but it's proven that he wants to protect her, even Paloi included. We saw that. Advocate Mtaung. Inakosa, my people, you are saying, okay, the court is in session, guys. Let's go to court.
Are you making an application to that effect? Or, like I said to you, you're just thinking, maybe not.
That's correct, my lord.
What is correct?
I was intending to bring an application. My lord.
You intend doing so?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Where are you going to get that clip?
May I be given an opportunity to consult with my colleagues because it has been discussed. So the source of the document or the tape.
No, get out again.
No. It's something that you can get.
You discussed it?
Yes.
You are adamant that you want to bring that application.
That's correct.
Okay, fine. I will grant it. I'll tell you. You know my views, ne?
Yes.
That those proceedings. I've got an authority here. Maybe you must read it, but it doesn't stop you from bringing the application. Are you with me?
I'm with you, man.
Because I still have to adjudicate all the submissions you made pertaining to the trial within a trial.
Yes, man.
Now, if you are of the view that that application of the clip and the viewing or the reviewing thereof in an open court will assist your client in the rebuttal of the allegations, not the submission by the state that the confessions were made freely and voluntarily. If it's going to assist you, I must accord you the opportunity to call whatever evidence
That's correct, Mncube.
And subsequently, I have to review whatever evidence is before me when I'm coming to decide on that issue, whether the confessions were made freely or voluntarily or
The
not.
court pleases.
Okay?
That's correct. Mncube.
And as we all know, a ruling can be, hello,
Yes,
a ruling can be reversed.
yes,
When the court hears evidence which is contrary to the ruling being lawful, which the court has made, that court or this court can revoke that ruling so that there is no prejudice.
court
The
pleases.
problem comes when I say you mustn't bring the application. So I mustn't be understood that you mustn't bring. You are entitled to bring it if you want to. And
Court,
the
please.
other fact you must reconcile yourself with are proceedings which are recorded through the devices in court. Are those court records? Is that the court record? Are you with me?
That's correct. I'm with you, Mncube.
Yeah. It's different when you take a court document, like you were doing with Mr. Gininda yesterday, and you say page 27, line 7, paragraph what. That is a court record. However, that screen which records the proceedings can be categorized
Yes,
as forming part of a court record. You must also prepare a submission for me on that. But you can use it. Okay.
court pleases, Mncube.
Anybody who wants to add anything to what I've said?
No, my lord. No,
Mr. Mnisi? Yeah, just on record, who is going to stand up for Mr. Khumalo?
Mr. Khumalo requested me to stand in for you.
Yeah, fine, okay. Yeah, he did approach me in chambers and said today is a court in Peter Maritzburg. In the High Court, they've issued an order that he should appear there. That's why he won't be present here. But he told me that he has spoken to one of his colleagues to stand in his stead, and on Friday he'll be present. Okay, so you can continue, sir.
Kuze inkantolo beyibuza ukuthi ummeli wakho Ntantuli ufuna ukufaka lesicelo na sokuthi loya mfanekiso ubonakaliswe loyana lo bephakamise isandla ukuthi awufuni loya mmeli loyana manje ummeli wakho uthi yebo uzimisele ukuthi angafaka leso sicelo kuze inkantolo beyilibele imexwayisa futhi imbonisa nezinye izinto zomthetho kodwa ithi akunankinga uma ingabe ummeli wakho efuna ukufaka leso sicelo nangokho lezo zinto lo mfanekiso loyo umfanekiso na oyikuthi ungasetshenziswa la enkantolo njengezinto ezenzakele la enkantolo ngokomthetho ama-records womthetho njengoba kungasi inkantolo ekuthi ikhiphe ukuthi kube nama-camera ukuthi akhona ngenxa yokuthi leli cala kuyicala elisesimeni esifana nalo manje-ke inkosi yenkantolo beyimbonisa ukuthi okunye izinto ekuthi bekangazigwema kodwa uma engabe angafuna ukuthi afake leso sicelo kulungile angasifaka leso sicelo ayimvimbi inkantolo.
Okay, yes, Mr. Mngomezulu.
Thank you.
Mr. Gininda,
You're still under oath, eh? I mean, you know that.
Yes, thank you, my lord.
But the SCA doesn't know that.
I know, my lord.
Okay. Yes, sir.
thank you, Mncube. Relating to the AVL system that was presented in court as evidence by Mr. Dupreez, I'm not going to, I'll not go through all the stops or all the places where we're driven, where that vehicle was driven by Sergeant Mkhane, but there are certain spots or places where they are relevant insofar as the version of accused number 2. All right. Firstly, it has been placed on record during cross-examination that on the 18th, a motor vehicle stopped at an engine garage in Albertine. And according to the version of accused number 2, his instruction was that after they went to Carltonville, or to the place where he's working, Mr. Mkhan and Sergeant Mabena were driving a Toyota Fortuner, and he saw a board reflecting Albertine next to that engine garage. That's where they stopped. So I'm putting to you that that version of accused number 2 has been confirmed by the AVL of the 18th. Can you dispute it?
No, I can't dispute it. I can't dispute that, my lord, because I was not there. I was not driving with the accused.
Okay.
Umangalelo wesibini yena uthe ngalesikhathi bekade kushayelwa imoto eya lapha emsebenzini, yena ithe makulebele kuhanjwa uye wabona iboard ebhalwe Albertine, kula ukuthi imoto iye yamanga khona. Manje ungakwazi ukuphika lokho na ukuthi cha ngoba bengingekho ngeke ngikwazi ukuphika lokho?
So that's why he alleged that he was assaulted next to that engine garage. And most of the witnesses obviously denied that. And at that garage,
All the witnesses denied that.
all the witnesses,
Because when you say most of them, it means some others didn't deny that.
all the witnesses denied that. Thereafter, he said when they stopped at that garage, they were joined by Jonathan, Khumalo and Buthelezi, where the assault took place. After that, they traveled. On that night, they went to, because he was taken to another motor vehicle that was driven by Jonathan. Went to a place next to or near a dumping area. That's when you picture in, where you arrived with Sergeant Mukhola and another male person who was wearing braces.
Excuse me, my lord, what time was this, if I can just...
On the
detail it?
18th, in the evening of the 18th of April.
No, but that's not true, my lord. As I said, I met the accused in Carltonville, followed the alibi, found to be false, we parted ways. I've never seen him again until I met him on the 19th at Cooking Police Station. So I never had any...
No, sorry to interject. Mr. Mngomezulu's question relates to the 18th. When
Yes.
first, in other words, if you want to respond,
Yes.
when first did you meet the person? Because it has been put to you that actually you did meet him on the 18th in the evening. That's the assertion.
Yes, my lord. That's what I'm saying, my lord, that I did meet him on the 18th at Carltonville mine. This is
Okay.
where we're following the alibi that says he was
Okay.
at work and found to be false. Subsequent to that meeting and the admissions or rather utterances that he's willing to make a confessions, I left with Sergeant Mukhola. That is now from Carltonville. I never saw him again. I never traveled together with him and Sergeant Mukhane. We went our separate ways. I went to the provincial office, my national office, took my car and went home, and only met him the following day in the evening. This is after his court appearances as bouquet. So on the 18th, my lord, I only met him in Carltonville to follow up on the first false alibi. Thereafter, we parted ways. I was never in Albertine, my lord. with him.
Ummeli kaMmangalelo wesibini uthi uMmangalelo wesibini uthi yena ithemaka ngale ngase Albertine eno Sergeant Mukhola yena noMabena kulayi ukuthi kuye kwafika uJonathan Buthelezi nomunye futhi kulayi ukuthi bona mabafika kuye kwaqhutshekwa ukuthi ashawe wasuswa wafakwa kwenye imoto le ebekade kuhamba abo Jonathan ngayo wayisiwa kwenye indawo ethize nalapho kulayi ukuthi ubrigadier uye wafika ehamba noSergeant Mukhola. Ubrigadier uyala uthi cha mina ummangalelo wesibini ngiqale ukumbona eCarltonville njengoba besiya siyophenya le ndaba yasemsebenzini njengoba bekade bekasemsebenzini. Ukusuka lapho angizange ngimbone ngoba ithe ngisuka eCarltonville ngengaya emsebenzini ngathatha imoto yami ngahamba ngaye ekhaya ngazohlangana naye sasa uma sisephukeni. Angizange mina ngibe naye ummangalelwa ebusuku kule ndawo le ayichaza.
Sorry. And furthermore, my lord, that's why I said, and I've testified about this area, that for me, based on the OBs that were collected of his detention on that very same day, my lord, there was no indication that he was assaulted, because I had the privilege of organizing the OBs. Subsequent to the mechanical fault that was reported by Sergeant Mukhande, that was reported to me by Sergeant Mukhande, I do know that subsequently was detained, was booked, he was taken through the OB registers in the morning hours of the 19th, booked out for court proceedings on the 19th. Nowhere does it reflect at any stage that he was assaulted when he was there.
Futhi ummangalelwa mina uma ngibuka konke la kubhalwe khona akukho la ukuthi ke kwabhalwa ukuthi ummangalelwa ungene eshayiwe noma ekhishwa eshayiwe estokisini, ngoba uma ngisuka mina uma ngiyobuka nazo lezo incwadi ezibhaliwe azikho la zibonakalisayo ukuthi nangu ummangalelwa makangena epolice station ethize unezimpawu zokuthi ushayiwe noma uthi ushayiwe, akukho la kuchaza.
Sorry, Mr. Mncube, for clarity, the court's clarification. You're putting it to Brigadier Gininda that at the dumping area he was there.
That's correct.
And he came with Mahole.
Yes.
The lady.
Yes. Sergeant
Mahole.
That's correct.
And you say your client was assaulted there.
That's correct.
Now, Mahole too, being a woman, assaulted, because you say he was assaulted there. You didn't differentiate whether Mahole being a woman didn't assault or what. So I take it when you say he was assaulted by all the police there, you include Mahole.
My lord, on record, I've put that he was assaulted by Jonathan, Mabena, Buteles.
Yes.
And on the arrival of Brigadier Gininda with Sergeant Mukhola and the men with the braces.
Yes.
And Sergeant Mohani now was not participating in
Mohani, you say he just looked.
Yes.
But we never dealt with Mahole.
Never.
That's what I want to know.
Yes. The only version I got in relation to Mukhola assaulting was from accused number 1, that she participated in the assault of accused number 1. That's the instruction I got from accused number 1.
And then the man with braces,
No,
he did nothing.
he did not.
He just played with his braces.
I beg your pardon?
He just played with his braces.
No, I can't say that.
Because you say he was there also.
Maybe he was accompanying.
No. I
don't
want
even know him.
to get your client's version so that
Yes.
I mustn't be confused.
Yeah.
Because the police and the SWAT team,
Yes,
you are saying they assaulted your client.
that's correct.
Right.
As they were mentioned,
Yes,
Jonathan,
Okay, fine.
Mabena, and Butelis.
Okay, fine. Okay,
Yes.
thanks.
Manje mawuthi ummangalelo wesibini ushayiwe kule ndawo la kulapha khona izini, ubrigadier uma kefika nalensizwa le enye no Sergeant Mukhola nabo bafike bamshaya na no Sergeant Mukhola lo wesifazana washaya na ummangalelo wesibini uthi cha ngithe uJonathan uMabena uMaphumulo ibona ukuthi baye bashaya ummangalelo wesibini eyokushaywa kwakammangali eyokushaya umhula la ashaye umuntu khona kulapha akashaya ummangalelo wokuqala akusukuthi ngommangalelo wesibini uye wamshaya.
Okay.
My lord, no, I denied it. It's not true. As I said, I was not there. If I was in the vicinity or company of accused number 2, I would have recorded, as I did when we followed the alibi. There's no reason for me not to mention that I'm with him. And secondly, there is no way I would have allowed, as an officer, because then I was a colonel, I was a full colonel, I would have allowed junior members to embark on such atrocious acts. There is no way, there is no purpose, there was no benefit in that. I warned the accused according to his rights. He voluntarily and freely told me that he's prepared to make a confession. What would be the purpose of the assault, my lord? But I wasn't there. The only thing that I was told about was that there was a car, there was a mechanical issues with the vehicle, and subsequently then they made it back to the police station. So I deny that I was there and witnessed any assault.
Manje ke ubrigadier uthi le ndaba yokushawa kukaMangalelwa wesibili wayekade engekho futhi njengoba kuthiwa uye wafika kuleyo ndawo uMangalelwa elibele eshawa uthi yena bengeke avume ukuthi umsolwa ashawe ngenxa yokuthi ngaleso sikhathi bekuyihlene bekanamandla wokuthi avimbe noma akhuze abantu abashaya umuntu oyikuthi yena ngokwakhe uyasho ukuthi ufuna ukugonyuluka ufuna ukuchaza ukuthi kwenzakele futhi yena njengomphathi wabo bengeke abavumele ukuthi bashaye uMangalelwa noma umsolwa yena ekhona bekungena sizathu bekungenanto ebazoyizuza uma beshaya umuntu isikhulukazi yena ngokwakhe uma eyena athi uyafisa ukuthi akhulume axoxe ukuthi kwenzakele.
If we proceed to the following day, the 19th, okay, on that, in the early hours of the 19th, at 2:30, that's when he was booked at Pretoria North. And few minutes and few hours, he was booked out again. And that's when he was told that he was going to appear in Osloras. Suddenly, according to him, he saw himself in Soweto. He's not familiar with Soweto, but what is important about what his version is that he did not sign any document, maybe could be purported to be a confession, in the morning of the 19th of June 2020.
My lord, what I know, there was an understanding between myself and accused 2 on the 19th that he is freely and voluntarily willing to make a confession to an independent officer. Subsequent to that, arrangements were made for such a confession to be taken, and indeed it was taken. The document I received from Lieutenant Colonel Rappard, I think a day or so or after, in his office in Enadale, was signed on the portion where accused 2, or rather a deponent or a suspect is supposed to be signing. It was signed, my lord, and I didn't get any indication, as I've said, even when I met him later on that day, on the 19th, because the confession was completed just before midday. When I met him later in Bukeng at the police station, there was no indication, my lord, that he was, he's got complaints. But subsequent to that, my lord, even in Bukeng, he was detained there when the ammunition was found, and then booked out again to Primrose police station. Nowhere does it reflect even there, my lord, that it's at any stage he complained of assault or any assault were detected, my lord.
Manje ke ungo ntathabusa imizuzu emashumi amathathu ngemva kwehora lesibini uMangalelwa wesibini yena uye wathathwa wafakwa esitokisini bamkhipha ngemva kwesikhashanyana amahora ambalwa yena wazibeka isuka ePhosphorus kodwa ugcine sekazibona eSoweto le ukuthi akayazi iSoweto uMangalelwa wesibini nge-19 zika June 2020 bese kulayi ukuthi ugcine sekazohlangana noma sekabonana nobrigadier uyaphika ubrigadier uthi cha lokho mina angikwazi engikwaziyo nje ukuthi uMangalelwa yena ngokwakhe uye wathi uyafisa ukuthi akhulume ukuthi kwenzakeleni ingakho egcine sekuthi uyisiwa khona eSoweto ukuze ayokhuluma khona lapho. Mina ke ngubrigadier ngathola lawo maphepha abekade uMangalelwa asayinile kuwo la kusayina khona umuntu uma eqeda ukukhuluma istatement esifana naleso. Bese ke mina ngiye ngahlangana naye sengihlangana naye futhi ePhukeng wagcinwa khona lapho esitokisini ePhukeng wasuswa ePhukeng wayisiwa ePrimrose ulaye ukuthi mina ummangalelwa besibele sihlangana khona nala sihlangene khona ephukeni akazange ummangalelwa angitshele noma angazise ukuthi unesikhalazo esithize ngento eyenzakele kuye yena ummangalelwa zange angitshele lokho.
Brigadier, I appreciate the fact that there's so much that you want to explain, but I'll ask you to at least give me an answer according to the question that I'm asking, and because the reason is because I'm following the instruction as it is, because I'm not in Bukeng as yet. I'm still at Moroka police station. Then my instruction and the questions that I need to put across to you, they must make such a relevant sequence. Because what I want to, when I'm asking you, the version that I'm putting across to you, it must be confirmed by the AVL system. That's why I'm taking two things in one time, so that you can have a smooth.
My Lord, I understand it, but my explanation, in other words, I do give an answer, and then I give an explanation in relation to the specific day council is referring to. So it's not that I'm giving answers that are haphazard. So I will say, for example, on the 18th, this is not correct. When I refer to the OBs, I'm referring to the OBs of the 18th. Now on the 19th, I've referred to the 19th, and I've referred to the occurrence book of the 19th in Bukeng, and subsequently when he was moved to Primrose, because it's relevant to the question that I'm being asked, my Lord.
Uthumeli ucela ukuthi ubrigadier aphendule lokho ambuza kona uyazwisisa futhi uyajabula nokuthi kunezinye azigcwaliselayo kodwa ucela ukuthi aphendule lokho ambuza kona ngenxa yokuthi usahamba ngendlela ethize ukuthi ucebiswe ummangalelwa ukuthi abuze kanjena nakanjena asilandelelane. Manje ubrigadier uthi uma ngiphendula bese ngiyagcwalisela kuzo lezo zinto zangalo ndondanga ongibuza ngalo, akusukuthi ngikhuluma ngezinto zelanga elithize ngombuzo othize, ngiphendula ngigcwalise kulezi zinto ukuthi usakhuluma ngazo ezihambelanayo nawo lo mbuzo owubuza.
For instance, accused number 2 confirmed that he was transported from Pretoria to Moroka, although he didn't know that he was at Moroka, and that was also confirmed by the AVL. After Moroka, he was transported to Phosphorus Court, and that is also confirmed by the AVL. This is what I'm putting across to you so that we flow with the...
No, I agree, my Lord. And the AVL records, I seem to recall that they reflect such, that he went to Morocco and went to, subsequent to that, then he went to Phosphorus Magistrate Court, my Lord. We agree.
Mangalelo wesibini yena uthe ususwe esiphoyiseni sase Pretoria wayisiwa eMoroka nangokho wayekade engazi ukuthi kuseSoweto kuseMoroka kodwa uyisiwe khona suka lapho wayisiwa ePhosphorus enkantolo. Uthi yebo ubrigadier uyavuma njengoba neAVL ichaza isho kanjalo.
And it is further my instruction that at Phosphorus he did not confirm, he did not appear in court. That has been confirmed by Sergeant Mncube to say he did not appear in court, but because the matter was not placed on the roll. Soon thereafter, they traveled. When they traveled, he saw a boat bearing Albertine. This is the second time he saw the boat reflecting the name Albertine. That is also confirmed in terms of what he explained by the AVL. Because according to the AVL, they drove from Phosphorus Court, joined N3 and off-ramp at Heidelberg Road. They joined Heidelberg Road.
My Lord, as I said, I was not there. I was not traveling with him, so I'm not sure how can I assist counsel on that.
Manje ke ithema kusukwa ke enkantolo yase Phosphorus kulayi ukuthi uthi ummangalelwa uye manje sekuyihlandla lesibini ebona ibhodi ebekade ibhalwe Albertine naye ukuthi iyavune ABL nayo ivumelana nayo uthi ubrigadier bengingekho ngeke ngikwazi ukuvuma noma ukuphika lokho.
So when they joined Heidelberg Road, there were stops at that road. There was a stop at Heidelberg Road. And they were driving towards, after that stop, they were driving towards New Market in Albertine. And that has been confirmed by the AVL. And where they stopped, he said it was near a dumping area where he was assaulted.
My lord, like I said, I was not there really. I really don't know. I'm not shying away with the answer, but I was not traveling with them.
Semani qhezuka ke kumgwaqo uHeidelberg nina niye naya kwindawo ebizwa iNew Market. Kunendawo nalapho ekuthi niye naya khona endaweni yeni. Did you say a dumping or
Next to a dumping area.
next to a dumping area niye naya ngaseduze kwendawo la kulahlwa khona izibi kula ukuthi nakhona uye washawa uthi ubrigadier inkosi yenkantolo bengingekho angeke ngikwazi ukusho ukuthi ngiphendule kanjani ngoba ngangade ngekho la.
What I do know, my lord, is that on the 19th, as I indicated, when I met him at Bukeng police station, the very same day, because subsequent to all these activities of going to Moroka, because that's what I recall, that I was told something was forgotten in Moroka police station. Then we met in Bukeng police, SAPS. I did not see any visible injuries on accused 2. I did not get an indication that he was assaulted. Even the occurrence book at that station when he was detained does not reflect such, my lord.
Futhi ke inkosi yenkantolo uma ngiqhubeka ngalo lelo langa lange 18 njengoba bekade 19 ngelanga le 19 njengoba ummangalelo wayekade ebuya eMroka kuyiwa eFosloras mina uma kuyohlangana naye ePhukeni akukho la kubhalwe khona ukuthi ummangalelwa ushayiwe futhi akukho nala ngimbone khona nami uma ngifika ngihlangana naye la ngimbone ukuthi ubekade eshayiwe noma enezimpawu zokushaywa noma yena angitshela ukuthi ushayiwe ngalo lelo suku angizange ngibuzwe lokho.
The stop that he talks about is also shown in the AVL and bears the street name Ring Road. After that, he was taken to, that's when they went to Soweto. That's according to his version. From Albertine, they drove to Soweto with Sergeant Mapena and Constable Mapena and Sergeant Mukhani. He saw a motor vehicle entering Chris Hani Baragwana Hospital, where for the first time he saw Colonel Rapat, but he didn't know that it was Colonel Rapat. They entered the premises. That's when they took that man who left his keys to his wife and joined them. Where they stopped, according to his version, they stopped at a place next to
where there are discarded ATM machines, blah, blah,
ATM
blah, blah.
machines, yes. That's where he was assaulted. He was assaulted up to the time when you arrived on that night with Sergeant Mkhola and that male person with the braces. That's when you were driving a white BMW. You sat on the edge of the back of the motor vehicle of that BMW, and you took out some document wherein you told him that he must sign here, otherwise they'll proceed with what they were doing.
Yeah. So, my lord, but that's not true, my lord. After the court proceedings, after accused two was not enrolled, what I recall, and I recall this on what is documented in the AVL. I might not be precise with everything. I'm not sure about the stops of Alberton, but subsequent to the Sergeant Mukhani leaving East Rand, he went to Moroka. From Moroka, the AVL shows, my lord, in that afternoon that he drove towards Pretoria, taking, I think it's the N4 to the Northwest Province. Nowhere did that vehicle drive back to Baragwanath Hospital and stop. The AVL record shows that. Nowhere does that vehicle from Moroka goes to a place with the ATM dumping site. That is not correct. And at no stage when the vehicle went to Northwest did it go back to that area, because when I left my office, I went to meet them at Puking SAPS. And the AVL shows such, my lord. From Moroka, it goes towards Pretoria. I think, if I recall, it's N4 towards Northwest up to the time it got to the SAPS in Puking. And that's where I met them. So that part of the vehicle or them going to Moroka, it's not correct because it's not supported by AVL. But secondly, I never went to meet them at an area that dumps ATM. And I did indicate, my lord, that I've never really, because ATMs are regulated, I've never seen a site, even up to today, where they dump ATMs. I don't think you can actually do that.
No, maybe got it wrong.
No, I've not seen it, my lord. In my whole experience as a detective or as a police officer, I've never come across such, my lord.
Ubrigadire uyala lolu daba lwakho lokuthi nisukile laphaya nazodlula nibuyela eSoweto nangena esibhedlela eBaragwana la nina hlangana noKenel Raphadu ethatha izinto azisabonkosikazi wakhe bese nibuyela eMroka bese nibuya ePretoria niye ePhukeni. Uthi cha, lokho akakwazi, futhi uthi kusukela ngalesikhathi eqala ukusebenza kufikela namanje akaze yena wabona indawo la ukuthi kulahlwa khona ama-ATM, uthi ngoba ama-ATM anemithetho ethize. Nalento yokuthi ufike wahlala phezu kwemoto iBMW wakhipha amaphepha wathi wena usayine noma labantu abazoqhubeka ngento bebalibeli bayenza kuwe, uthi nayo cha, akusiqiniso, akayazi leyo nto leyo, ayizange iyenzakale yena ekhona. Into ayikhumbulayo uthi kusuke Soweto moto yahamba yabuyela ePretoria yathatha umgwaqo u-N4 yaya ke eNorthwest kula ukuthi naye yewahlangana nawe khona lapha ePhukeni.
And lastly, my lord, on that aspect, I did indicate that when I spoke to Colonel Rapado, requested him to assist me with the taking of the confession of accused two, it was a person that I've never met in my whole life. So I did not even know how it looks like. It was just, one was going through the standby list at the provincial office of officers that were available that one can ask. Subsequent to that, I only met him day or 2 days later in Ennerdale police station for the first time, and that is where the exchanging of documents took place. In other words, where he gave me the confession in hand. That was not on the 19th, my lord.
Futhi yena ubekaqala ukuhlangana noKenel Raphadu ngalesikhathi ethatha istatement ebeseni sigcwalisile wena noKenel Raphadu ekuchaza ukuthi wena wabona uRaphadu ngaphambi kokuthi yena ambona kaze abone uRaphadu ngaphambi kokuthi athole lesa statement. Yena uye wabheka nje incwadi ukuthi abobani abantu abakhona abangasiza kwi-province ukwenza i-document ezinjalo, ingakho ke ugcine sekuthi uthola uRaphadu and the accused is raising his hand, my lord.
May I approach the accused?
Yes.
Okay. So, Brigadier Gininda, I just want to correct you. I didn't say it's a place where they are dumping the ATMs. Maybe you heard me wrong. I said it's a place next to the ATMs that are no longer functioning, according to the version of accused number 2. That's where he was forced to sign documents that you took out from the vehicle and gave them to Colonel Rappard. Then he was forced to sign those documents. He did not make any statement. The statement was already made, but forced to sign it. After signing the statement, there was a thumbprint, a stamp for the thumbs to be printed on the papers. So that stamp, so other pages were not stamped. And according to him, that's what he had, that certain pages were not stamped, which were eventually stamped at Morocco, at that police station where he was taken to.
My Lord, I still go back to the fact that on the 19th, after the court proceedings, the vehicle went to Morocco because it boils down to that. From Morocco, Victoria, and Northwest, nowhere did it go. It's the AVL. The records are available and we gave the defense. It doesn't, after the court proceedings, which ended around 1400 hours, I think around there, there is nowhere, if one looks at those AVL records, where that vehicle from Morocco police station goes back to Paraguanat and goes in there and then goes to a place where machines are not functioning. Because even if we take it on that context, my Lord, that the machines, ATM machines that are functioning, I've never seen that. When those things are removed by specialists, they dispose of them, I think secretly, because obviously there's financial issues involved. I've never seen a site in Soweto. I grew up in Soweto. I've never seen a site in Soweto where ATMs are just stored there because they're not functioning. So that version is not true, my Lord.
Brigadier uthi akulona iqiniso lolu daba lwenda le yama ATM. Uthi ukhulele eSoweto. Akaze wayibona indawo la kubekwa khona noma la kulahlwa ama ATM angasasebenzi. Uthi uyacabanga ukuthi ama ATM masesiwangasasebenzi kunendawo la ukuthi ayiswa khona mhlawumbe ayo hlakazwa khona noma kwenziwe ngawo ngenxa yokuthi asebenza ngemali. Ayikho indawo la kulahlwa noma kubekwa ama ATM eSoweto. Into ayaziyo ukuthi imoto ngaleli langa isuke eMoroka yaya ePretoria yaya eNorthwest. Kula ukuthi imoto ihambe khona uthi naye uyazi lokho ukuthi imoto ihambe lapho. Ayikho indaba leyo ukuthi imoto yeyaya kule ndawo la uthi kubekwa ama ATM angasasebenzi. Uyakuphika lokho.
And it's my instruction that when he was transported to Bukeng, you did not meet them in Bukeng. You were traveling with them with your own motor vehicle. You were following each other. You were traveling together with, actually you were following each other until to the place where you resided.
No, that's not true, my Lord. I met them at Bukeng police station and the AVL shows that that vehicle, the one with the AVL, stopped at Bukeng police station. It was my instruction to Sergeant Mokhane that they must drive there and I will meet them. When I arrive, we identified ourselves, followed the procedures of indicating that we are there on investigation, requested the local vehicle to take us, the sector vehicle, to the address that accused to was taking us to. So that's not correct. I was not traveling with them, my Lord. If I was following them, why would I keep that away? It's insignificant. I was not there. I met them at Bukeng police station, my Lord.
Ubrigadier uyaphika futhi njengoba usho utshela ummeli wakho Ntanzi ukuthi nihlange benilandelelana bebanilandelela yena ngemoto yakhe emuva kwale ebenina nihamba ngayo uthi cha akukho njalo. Yena watshela uSergeant Mokhane ukuthi ayifikele epolice station yasePhukeng uzohlangana nabo lapho. Bafike bahlangana lapho bazazisa kumaphoyisa wasePhukeng. Maqedwa kwakhishwa imoto yasePhukeng ibekade ihamba nabo ini iya kule ndawo la bekade uhlala khona.
Some of the things are common cause, such as when you travel to Bukeng, you entered his premises, ammunition was found, he was taken to Bukeng police station. Those things are things that he never disputed. But things that are relating to his assault, relating to the docket 636. Ma'am, you understand the vision? Sometimes the point that I'm driving to is the one who was taken to Primrose. You also came in Primrose, you met him there. I think the 20th up to the date, on the 20th he met you there. That's when, on that day, you apologized to him. You apologized to Mr. Ntanzi for having been assaulted, and that's when you made a promise to him that you can offer. May I just confirm that
Hello?
May I just confirm with the accused how much was it offered? So the point of correction is that you arrived at Pretoria police station. It was on Sunday, a day before he was taken to the dentist, because he was taken to the dentist on the 22nd of June. But you came to see him on the 21st, I believe, because it was a Sunday. That's when you apologized to him. You requested him to work with you, to cooperate, and that's why you offered him 3 million. You offered him 3 million as long as he's going to make sure that he's implicating the right people.
Yeah, I've heard it, my lord. This is the first. I mean, I've heard versions. I'm shocked. Anyway, my lord, that is
About the amount of
about the
of
amount
bribe.
that the bribe that actually the police are bribing accused or suspects. I've never heard. It's the first time where the state, or rather the police officers, are offering accused persons or suspects 3 million. I've never heard it. It's the first time. But I must say, my lord, it's absolutely not true. It's a lie. I'll put it in that strong context. It's absolute lies. There's no budget, my lord, that I have even to make such an offer. I didn't have a budget of 3 million for the unit during that time. I didn't have that budget. Let's just start there. I don't have it, my lord. Now, and I don't know even if it was available, my lord, why would I do that? The accused cooperated with me on the 18th. He told me that he's willing to make a statement freely and voluntarily. Subsequent to that, on the 19th in the morning, he made a confession. The confession was made in the morning of the 19th. What is the point of going to him on the 21st and offer him whatever promises? There was no promises made.
See, yeah. So you're saying, by the way, the confession was made on the 19th?
It was made on the 19th.
Yes. Okay.
So on the 21st, which is being put now to me, my lord, the confession was made. I met the accused and discussed the issues of the confession with him on the 18th. 19th it gets made. We meet again on the 19th in the evening in King. Then it gets taken to Primrose police station. From then, my lord, I never met him. That is now from the 20th in the morning hours until I met him on the 22nd. I didn't meet him on the 21st. I was not the IO. Sergeant Mukhane was the one dealing with him. And there was no such offers. First, we don't, like I said, my lord, my unit that time in 2020 did not have that budget that I could give. You account as a state, but that's why I said I'm shocked, my lord. I'm out of words. Why would you offer an accused person, a suspect, money to do what, my lord? He gave a version in the form of a confession. I followed it to corroborate it, and subsequent to that, presented the evidence to the DPP. There was nothing malicious. It was based on the evidence that we had found, my lord, that led to this matter starting.
Ukuya ngobrigadier naku okwenzakele. Ngihlangene nge-18 wena wamtshela Ntanzi ukuthi uzimisele ukukhuluma ukuthi kwenzakele. Bese nge-19 kulaye ukuthi uye wayokhuluma ukuthi kwenzakeleni. Bese ke ngazo i-19 kula uye waya ePhukeng. Ube kade ehlangene nawe ePhukeng. Leya nge-21 eyokuthi ufike yena waxolisa kuwe, wathi usebenzisane naye, wathi uzokunika imali elingana no 3 million. Yena uthi akanayo, wayekade engenayo ngaleso sikhathi, ne-unit asebenza kuyo yayikade ingenayo leyo mali. Nangokho mhlawumbe asithi yayikhona leyo mali. Asikho isizathu esingayenza ukuthi yena kuyiphoyisa eliphethe angakhipha imali athi ithi nginike nangu umuntu uthi ufuna ukuze lo muntu lona asitshele iqiniso. Uthi asikho isizathu esingayenza ukuthi akhiphe imali anike umsolwa. Lo msolwa loyo yena ngokwakhe wayekade ethe ufuna ukukhuluma. Akasiboni isizathu. Futhi nge-21 akazange nhlobo ahlangane nawe uthi lawo amanga alihlaza kudala ezwa abantu bekhuluma izinto ezihlukile, kodwa le eyanamuhla uthi uyayiqala impica badala akaze wezwa ukhulunywa indaba efanayo.
Lastly, my lord, on the confession that he made on the 19th, the accused that are before court were already implicated. There's nothing that he left out. On the morning confession, although I got it a day or 2 days later, but he implicated everyone, my lord. So this assertion that I would have made a proposal with him, he implicated the role each and every person played if one looks into that confession, my lord. It's self-explanatory. You don't have to ask anything. You simply have to follow and collaborate what is contained there, my lord.
Futhi kulesiya statement lesi phecelezi i-confession, wena Ntanzi usho yonke into, ukhulume yonke into ukuthi ubani kunabamangalelwa ohleli nabo, ukuthi lo wenzeni, lo wayenzani, lo ingxenye yakhe, lo indima yakhe wenze. Bekungena sizathu ebesingayenza ubrigadier ukuthi agcine seyukuthi ukhipha imali engako noma umkomelo ongako ukuthi ukhulume, ngoba yena bekwamele nje alandele zonke lezi zinto ukuthi usuzishiya.
And it's an unlawful act, my lord, that I will not embark on. The matter that I was seized with when it was sorry counsel to interject. This matter, when it was given to me, my lord, it was given to me as a case to investigate. No special treatment or interest I have, as the deceased in this matter is not known to me. The accused before court are not known to me. The witnesses or all the people who were in the house are not known to me. None of the people involved in this matter, my lord, have personal relations with me or unknown to me. It was just a matter that was assigned to me, which could have been assigned to anyone. And I investigated that matter on those basis, my lord, nothing more.
Futhi bekuyinto engekho emthethweni ukuthi angayenza ubrigadier athi nawo umkomelo ngoba unikwe leli cala yena ayikho into ukuthi bekwamele ayenze ngaphandle kokuthi aphenye ngoba abantu laba umufi wayekade engamazi futhi nalabantu abekade belaphaya kulesi sigameko wayekade engabazi nani bamangalelwa uthi wayekade enganazi leli cala icala ukuthi walinikwa yena ukuthi aliphenye icala ebelinganikwa unoma ubani yena wayekade engeke ayenze leyo nto yokuthi anike umuntu imali.
Now, the question is, which day did you meet Mr. Mchiako in the presence of accused number 2?
The 23rd, my lord, I think I indicated this, the 23rd of June, the day before the confession was made of the 24th.
Kangene nini nomnumzana uMjiyakho ummeli lo bekade enokumangalelwa wesibini uthi sahlangana nge-23 langa ngaphambi kokuthi kwenziwe lo kuyabugonile.
All right. So the 24th is the following day he made the alleged second confession before the magistrate.
Yes, that's the day he made a confession to the magistrate, my lord.
Bese ke i-24 ilanga la umangalelwa wesibini uye wayoyenza le confession futhi ku-ASBini kumanje.
There's something that you said, I think it's yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, when you said you did not know how accused number 2 communicated with Mr. Mchiako, but you met Mr. Mchiako at a police station.
Yeah, my lord, what I recall, the question was put to me if I saw some letter or appointment letter, but instructions basically that were given to Mr. Mchiako, and my answer was no. The first time I met him was after I received a call that there is a legal representative who wants to consult with accused 2. I've explained that, my lord. Then I went there. That was the first time I came face to face with Mr. Mchiako for the first time in my whole life. And then obviously then he identified himself after accused 2 said, this is my attorney. And then I've indicated what happened, my lord, without repeating same.
Bewuchaze ukuthi uhlangene kanjani noMjiyakho uthi mina ngiye ngacebiswa ukuthi kunomuntu othi ungummeli ufuna ukukhulumisana nomangalelwa mina kulaye ukuthi ngaya bengiqala ukuhlangana naye empilweni yami uma uMjiyakho wafika wazichaza ukuthi ungubani waphinda futhi wazishona ukuthi yena usebenza ukwenzani into ezinjalo engeke ngiphinde nanamuhla.
Yeah, the question was about instruction letter, my lord. Yes. So I responded to say no, I didn't see it, and I don't know how. He would have given the instructions. But it's his constitutional rights, my lord, to be legally represented. There was nothing peculiar about it to have an attorney.
Umbuzo bengibuze ngokuthi waze umangalelwa uxhumene kanjani nommeli mina bengingazi nokuthi uxhumene kanjani kodwa ilungelo lakhe njengomuntu oyikuthi ubekade evalelwe ukuthi axhumane nommeli angazi ukuthi baxhumene kanjani.
The accused number 2 will deny having instructed Mr. Mchiako and will deny having signed a confession before a magistrate. The only thing that he can recall after Boksburg on the day of the alleged confession, he was taken to another place next to industrial area in Gininda where he was assaulted, and that's when he bled. Some blood stains spilled on those documents. Insofar as his recollection is concerned, the document that he signed must have blood stains, not the one that was produced by the magistrate in court.
Sorry, for my understanding, the way you're putting the assertion, you say you're trying to deny that he has instructed Mr. Mjiako, right?
That's correct.
And then you say also you're trying to deny that he signed a confession before a magistrate, meaning the white lady, Ms. Konje, right?
Correct.
And then you put a tail. What he will say is he was taken to a place in Germiston, is that it?
That's correct.
And assaulted.
That's correct.
Now I want to know, when was the assault? For my understanding, because the concatenation of events as you are narrating them, when you say he will deny, he's assaulted on which day?
On the 24th.
On the 24th?
Yes.
At what time? At about what time?
In the evening.
In the evening. And this is before or after?
It's after
he was
the
forced to sign that
the confession.
Alleged confession.
Alleged confession.
Is it before or after, according to instructions?
When he was assaulted, that's when he was forced to sign a confession.
Okay, so
on that night
okay,
of the 24th.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. All right.
So, my lord, what I know, maybe just for clarity, what is the question, counsel, so that I answer what you ask?
I'm putting a version to say accused number 2 will deny having instructed Mr. Mjiako, will deny that he signed a confession before a magistrate. The only document he signed was a document shown to him in Germiston around industrial area. That's where he was compelled, because he was beaten there, to sign the document.
Okay, no, I understand now. So, my lord, no. Let me start with Mr. Mjiako. I don't know how the instructions were given, but what I know, on the 23rd, he, accused 2, stood up and said, "This is my attorney," before the introductions by Mr. Mjiako. That is the first part. The second part, on the 23rd, on the 24th, when at a later stage I received the confession document, by the way, that did not have blood stains, because I have the original confession document and it's available, my lord. There are no blood stains.
They say it must have blood stains.
No, it doesn't have, my lord. I can show it to the court, and we dealt with it. I think
no, you can't show it to me. Do you want to see it, Mr.
No.
Gomezulu?
No, my lord.
It's
okay, fine.
It's available, my lord. It does not have a single stain of blood. That I can put it that far. Now, and in that document, Mr. Mjiako is recorded by the magistrate as the legal representative of accused number 2. Furthermore, my lord, on the first appearance of this matter, I've said this before, Mr. Mjiako is on record in Boksburg Magistrate Court. He further went on record in Pukeng, where accused 2 was recorded. So I don't understand, my lord, why would such a person appear in all these matters more than once, yet there are no instructions from accused 2.
Uthi ubrigadier akazwisisi ukuthi usho njani Ntanzima uthi wena awuzange uthi umjiyakho akumele, awuzange uthi umjiyakho ummeli wakho, awuzange futhi uxhumane nokuthi umjiyakho nangu uye wena makafika ubrigadier umtshele ukuthi umjiyakho ummeli wakho. Uthi lokho akakuzwisisi into yokuqala. Uthi nge-22 wena nge-24 wena uthi uye washawa waphoqwa ukuthi usayine ngale eGermiston, wena usayine incwadi ukuthi yayikade ichithelwe igazi. Uyaphika lokho uthi le anayo yena ayingabi igazi kodwa inayo isignature yakho futhi yena uyasho ukuthi njengoba wena uthi awusayinanga i-confession kumantshi uthi naleyo akulona iqiniso ngoba umantshi ubhalile futhi nokuthi umji yakho wayekade ekhona nayo leyo confession ekumantshi uyisayinile. Uyamangala futhi nokuthi kuza kanjani ukuthi wena mawuthi umji yakho kwakungasummeli wakho kuza kanjani uma uqala ukuvela la kuleli cala umji yakho wayekhona kuza kanjani ephuthe umji yakho wayekade ekho.
My Lord, I also wanted to add that that confession in my recollection by the magistrate was concluded, I think around 1700 hours, but definitely before 1600 hours. So it was concluded that that is the end time.
On which date, sir?
On the 24th of June, 2020. my Lord.
24th June, okay.
Yes. So there was no activities of a confession by the magistrate or that was concluded in the evening. That is not true. I mean, and the document is available, which we disclose to the defense. But I want to go back, my Lord, to something that I've said earlier, that really I don't see a reason why a presiding officer, why the magistrate who took this confession will participate in these illegal activities of giving a confession, because it's a crime to police officers to go and assault somebody when she documented something and put a signature. I can't find a reason. It's shocking for me, my Lord, to say, even to try and comprehend that she can involve herself in such, my Lord. It simply doesn't make sense, my Lord. And I must be honest, I don't really believe it, my Lord. I don't think it's true.
Uthi akakholwa ukuthi umantshi uye wathatha incwadi le ekuthi wayekade eyibhalile ngalesikhathini zemini ikhuluma wayinika amaphoyisa ukuthi amaphoyisa bayokushaya bese bayakusayinisa. Uthi cha akazi isizathu ukuthi kungahle kube yini umantshi angayenza into enjalo umuntu osebenza ngomthetho. Uthi akayikholwa leyo ukuthi ngaba iqiniso ngoba leya confession iyenzwe emini iqedwe ngabo 5 ayikho indaba yokuthi iqedwe ebusuku noma isayinwe ebusuku.
My Lord, I have few questions, but I request that we take a short.
Short adjournment.
Yes.
What's your time, Mr. Balon?
It's 11, my Lord.
Okay, thank you.
of accused number 2 in connection with the AVL.
Yes.
It is his version that on the 24th of June 2020, he was transported with a Toyota Fortuner from Pretoria to Boksburg Magistrate Court on the 24th, which is different from what is reflecting from the AVL.
Yes, so I'm saying, my lord, no, it's I suppose perhaps it's mistaken, and I'll give reason why I say maybe then it's mistaken. What I can say, my lord, is not correct. The Toyota Fortuner that was driven by Sergeant Mufane was at Benoni Police Garage for mechanical reason. The AVL shows that it was parked there. Now, the reason I'm saying perhaps it could be mistaken is that the vehicle that was used by the late Sergeant Mabena was a Toyota double cab, which was also white with a tent. So they look similar. 4 doors. The difference that the other one is a tent, the other one is a Fortuner. In fairness to the accused, my lord, that's what I can say. But the Toyota Fortuner was parked at the garage, and the AVL confirms that.
Uthi ke ummeli nge-24 kaJune 2020 uNtanzi yena uthi uhanjiswe ukusuka ePretoria ukuya eBoksburg, uhanjiswa ngemoto yeToyota Fortuner. Ubrigadier uthi cha, Toyota Fortuner yayikade isesiphoyiseni saseBenoni la kulungiswa khona imoto. Uthi mhlawumbe uNtanzi uphaze imoto ebekade ihamba go Mabena, umufi uMabena uthi bekade kuyi Toyota nayo i-double cab inetende emuva. Mhlawumbe uphazeme ecabanga ukuthi uhandiswa ngeFortuner ngoba nayo leyana imhlophe futhi i-double cab inetende. Mhlawumbe uphazamiswe yilokho ukuthi mhlawumbe le moto cishe zifana, kodwa i-Fortuner yayikade ingekho nge-24.
So when I say a tent, my lord, sorry, I'm referring to a white canopy. My apologies. I said a tent. So
Okay.
the white canopy. Yes.
Yeah.
Uma ekhuluma ngetende usho i-canopy ukuthi leya double cab yakaMabena yayikade ine-canopy.
So I just want to confirm that on the 24th, when he was transported, you were not present at Boksburg Court.
Yeah. Yes, no, I was not present. my lord.
Bowungekho ngisho ngalesikhathi ezebe ehanjiswa ukuya enkantolo yaseBoksburg nge-24 uthi yebo bengingekho.
There's an evidence by Constable Jonathan, which I would like to read it on record to confirm that Ntanzi was not mistaken with another motor vehicle. Can I read it for you?
Yes, my lord, counsel can, but what I can say, the Toyota Fortuner, it's a fact. You can't so how the AVL works, my lord, it's almost like a network towers. It's electronic. I'm not sure how one can manipulate it. Human beings perhaps can make mistakes.
Objection, my lord. He's not an expert when it comes to AVLs and all those. He's not an expert. What I was actually putting to him cannot be justified by an expert opinion. If this witness is not an expert. May I read it for record?
Yeah, if it may please the court, my lordship, it is the record of proceedings of the 30th of October 2023, and it was cross-examination by Mr. Mngomezulu of Mr. Jonathan of ENPD SWAT. And at page 16, line 10, Mr. Mngomezulu asks, and I quote, "Okay, so where did you travel from there?" Those quotes, and Mr. Jonathan answers, and I quote, "From the vehicles, my lord, the suspect was in handcuffs. He was placed in a Toyota Fortuner of Sergeant Mohani, and then from Boksburg Magistrates Court, we conducted an escort straight to Moot SAPS. And on the same date of the record of the 30th of October, 2023. Also, this was now cross-examination by Advocate Mshololo. At page 64 of the record, Ms. Mshololo asked, yes, Boksburg Magistrates Court to and from, and Mr. Jonathan answers, in the Fortuna of Investigating Officer Mohani, those codes. Those are the two codes, my lord, as the purposes.
Okay. Thank you, my lord. From the record, as they speak for themselves, this cannot be a mistake by Ntuli, mistaking a Toyota Fortuner with the motor vehicle you just mentioned. It is on record by a witness who escorted that motor vehicle from Pretoria to Boksburg, and it is your evidence that you were not present on that day.
Yes, my lord, but those two witnesses are also not expert in vehicles, my lord. They are human beings. They can make a mistake. Those cars are similar. What is factually correct with evidence is that the AVL shows that the vehicle was parked at the garage. It shows it. There's no dispute about it. I think it's parked there from the 22nd.
There's no dispute.
Well,
are you saying, when you say there's no dispute, who testified as to that?
I'm being told that I'm taking it from counsel that the AVL expert has indicated. So I'm saying, in terms of the expertise, my lord, that if the AVL shows that the vehicle is parked at a particular place,
yeah, all right,
it's that shouldn't be a dispute, unless of course then those expertise are being challenged, my lord.
Okay, fine, no problem.
It's the same question that I posed on Mr. Dupree's. On these two questions that I just put to you now, and he did not comment or denied. He never commented, let me put it that way. He was an expert. He gave evidence of an expert.
On which part, my lord, if I can understand which part counsel is referring to?
I'm referring to the records that were read now to you or for the court. These records were read to Mr. Dupree to confirm, to rebut his evidence of saying that motor vehicle was stationed at Benoni. May I move on?
Yes.
Just want to point out that our recollection is that Mr. Dupree did confirm that the AVL records show that the car was stationary at the Benoni garage.
Yes, let's move on. Okay,
let's move on. Thank you, my lord. I just want to clarify something before I rest. Yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, you said accused number 2 signed the plea bargaining agreement, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, my lord, I think I said, according to my recollection, it did, but that will be an avenue that will be best dealt with by, I think, the prosecution. I know there was such engagement in terms of section 105A, but those engagements were between, when I say us as the state, but in particular, my lord, I think Advocate Baloyi will be in a better position.
Okay.
Manje ke iphoyisa uJonathan liye lachaza uma lihlonywa imibuzo nge-30 zikaJune ukuthi niyena yaphi kusuka esiphoyiseni ngalelo langa. Yena uye wachaza ukuthi bekade elandela imoto iToyota Fortuner. Ukhulume kabini uma ebuzwa ummeli wakho, ebuzwa futhi na ummeli wamangalelwa wesihlanu. Futhi ke uma kuqhutshekwa ke uyabuza ke ummeli wakho ukuthi le yancwadi le athi bekade ninesivumelwano noma ucele ukuthi nibe nesivumelwano sokuthi wena uzoba ufakazi into ezinjalo. Iyabuza ke ukuthi eyasayinwa na, uthi ubrigadier leyo ncwadi leyo ucabanga ukuthi umuntu ongaba nalolo lwazi kakhulu umshushisi. Leyana yaka Jonathan uthi ayikho into angayisho njengoba noNgodi naye kuthiwa waye engenampendulo, kodwa umshushisi uthi uNgodi uthe leya moto yayikade imile ngalelo la.
My lord, before I as I've concluded, this is the last question for this witness, but we had a discussion with my colleagues, and I spoke to the the SAPC.
SABC. Yeah.
For the application. Yes. Yes. I spoke to the SAPC regarding the recordings of the 27th of October 2020. There are certain formalities that we need to comply with.
But you want that you must make those arrangements, because if you want to use it, you must make those.
I'm just making
Because this court,
Yeah.
on record, this gentleman, Gininda, says he was in court on that day, and what you put to him to say that your client, when he was appearing in the regional court, he drew the attention of the magistrate to say that I don't want this gentleman to represent me. Then the magistrate says, I can't listen to you because you are represented. And Gininda says that never happened. So if you want to counter that, go ahead. I don't have a problem with it. Okay. But
Thank
that's the evidence which is on record.
All right, nice.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, man.
Right. Ciao. Yes. Yes, Mr. Baloi, you say?
It's got this one. We just earlier on raised an objection against the question that was put to the witness that Mr. Dupree never commented when it was put to him.
Mr. Dupree.
Yeah.
I recall
about the
Mr.
vehicle
Dupree's
being
evidence.
parked at Benoni Garage on the 24th of June 2020.
Right.
In fact, he did comment as per the record of the 16th of November
16th
23.
November, okay.
It's page 36.
Page 36.
And his evidence was as follows.
For a couple of days.
Line 15, I think. This one, the state was leading him. Said, my lord, on the 24th of June, this vehicle was at the Benoni Garage near Great North Road in North Mid Benoni for the entire day.
Okay. All right. Okay. He's quoting the record, unless you say the record is wrong.
No, I don't say it's wrong.
What are you?
I'm just correcting my colleague to
I
say,
see.
yes, place it on record that he was leading at that time when he placed that evidence. Then I rebutted that evidence during cross-examination.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Munisi, any questions for the witness?
If you have questions, preliminary, the issues that I would like to bring to the attention of the court.
Which issues are those now?
My colleague, Mr. Mngomezulu, has indicated that there is information that we had a discussion about. It is true. We had a look at the video that it is, which is in his phone's possession, which is played in his phone. So it is imperative in our mind, and we are going to make that application. Then it is relevant.
The video in whose possession?
Mr. Mngomezulu has got it in his phone.
Yeah, so?
I'm saying Mr. Mngomezulu has got it in his phone.
Yes.
And he showed us that clip.
Yes.
Part of what happened at Bosbeck Magistrate Court.
Yes.
Which is relevant to the question of whether or not Mr. Ntuli refuted the fact that he owes no allegiance to Mr. Mjaiya.
Okay.
Mr. Mchiyako, yes, the attorney, or the alleged attorney in question. We have formulated a very a consented mind around the existence of that video, and our formulation is to the effect that it is very relevant to the testimony that this witness, that Brigadier Gininda, has just rendered to this court, insofar as Mr. Mjaiya having represented accused number 2.
Okay.
as I am about to start with my cross-examination, I feel a little bit constrained to start with it because I also need to refer to that video because part of my cross-examination, my lord, is going to boil around the mandate or the power of attorney that Mr. Mchaiya, or the attorney, yes.
Mchiyako.
Mr. Mchiyako, yes, is going to boil around the mandate or the power of attorney that Mr. Mchiyako had to represent accused number 2, because the court would then, mindful of the fact that throughout the cross-examination of Gininda, it had been put to him that no, he had no mandate to represent him. But the video that my colleague has testified, has brought to the court's attention to and also indicated that he wants to make an application that it be played here in court is central to that assertion.
Yes.
I am therefore saying to this court, my lord, that...
So you've got a video now?
Yes, it is there.
It's going to be shown on the screen?
I'm not so sure whether...
Because you're talking about a cell phone.
That it can be shown
I've never
on the
heard
screen. If it does,
of
we
a
don't have a
judge
problem.
looking at
We
a
can
cell
show it.
phone like I'm a member of a social club.
Excuse me.
I said I've never heard a judge using a cell phone.
Yes.
As if I'm a member of a social club.
What I was just about to say, my lord, is that you are still making arrangements.
No,
that if it's possible,
I don't
then it should be played on
responded
the,
to
on the
Mr.
big screen.
Mchiyako that, Mr. Mngomezulu, that he's at liberty to show that video. And I said, he must also address me in the same vein, whether that's evidence, playing a video, whether it's evidence of a court. That's all. Didn't I say that, sir?
I
can play that video. No problem.
Yes, my lord. I do understand, but what I'm saying is, if the court then is amenable to the suggestion that that video can be played here and now, we can, with the leave of court, of course, we can request an adjournment that the necessary arrangement be made that is shown there, and we lay the basis why it should be paid.
Look, I consider that you may play that video. It's not that this court says you can't.
Yes.
I say you can play that video, but me, I still have to find out whether the law in South Africa says a video recording is part of the evidence of a court. That's all I said.
As I'm saying, my lord, we would lay the basis why it should be, or it should form part of the record of the proceedings of this court.
No problem.
Thank you, my lord. May I then be given the opportunity to have a little caucus with our colleague in preparation for the playing of that video as well.
Okay, Mr. Baloi.
Thank you.
Well, my lord, the state is going to object to the playing of that video. There's only one way of proving court proceedings in section 235.
215.
No, 235.
235, sorry.
Yes, 235 makes provision of how court proceedings should be proven.
Yeah, I've got a judgment on this.
We've handed up Exhibit EE that shows the proceedings at Boksburg Magistrate Court. The only other way, my lord, is to get the CD in question. We know that these videos can be manipulated. We're not saying that is a position. But the only way of proving court proceedings will be to get the official recording of the proceedings.
Yes, you hear your colleague.
Like that too. I just skipped my mind to address the court on the record of on the transcribed record of the proceedings.
Okay, yes.
We had actually requested those records from the state. I think it was almost last year, September, October. We gave them a formal letter saying that, can you please furnish us with the transcribed record of the proceedings on that day? Because we were well aware that the copy of a charge sheet that my colleague is referring to, which is Exhibit EE, that's a handwritten copy. And in that copy, God forbid, magistrates do not write all that what is happening and being said at court. They are trained to write that which they think is necessary for that particular day, but a transcribed record reflects whatever that happens on that day verbatim.
I don't have
We
a
have
problem
not
with
been
it.
finished with that information.
So you're saying the state did not finish with it?
We made a request,
To the
we
state.
have not yet received it.
Did you write to the official transcriber of the court?
Excuse me, madam.
The official transcript as subscriber who records.
Is
this
the court
proceeding.
asking whether we wrote to him or?
Yes, instead of writing to the state alone, did you also write to the firm?
We did not, my lord.
Why
Simply
not?
Because the impression given by the state was that that would be made available to us.
Okay, so
The court
you-
did not give us an alternative that in an event that you see 2 or 3 weeks elapsing and then you don't receive this information, you're welcome to approach the transcribers themselves. The state gave us a legitimate expectation that sooner or later we'll be finished with that information, and it didn't. And that is very relevant and is crucial to what is now taking place in this trial, within the trial, particularly with regard to
fine.
the issue of Mr. Mziak.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So what do we do, Mr. Balui?
Thank you.
And you, how do you go about it? To obtain a record of that day.
To start with, we don't want to start a debate, but the utterances by Advocate Nisa are not correct. The only discussion that we had was with Mr. Ramosipil, and he was merely inquiring if there is a transcribed record, and we indicated to him that this is the transcribed. Or the only record of the proceedings that we have are Exhibit EE. And
Is it in cursive?
Yeah.
It's not typed.
Well, we handed both the transcribed as well as the handwritten report.
So you've got a transcribed
Yes.
record?
Well, yes, it's the transcribed one, and we also handed up the
So what is the problem if you've got it transcribed? Why don't you give it to the councils?
the handwritten one. Well,
So there are two.
yes, there are two, my lord. It's Exhibit EE in a transcribed form, and we also handed up the handwritten.
Exhibit EE
Yes,
in a transcribed form.
yes,
You gave it to the councils here.
yes,
So they have it.
yes. It serves as an exhibit, my lord.
So it's a transcribed, and that transcription is by the official recorder of the court.
Indeed, my lord.
Okay, and then the other one you say it's a written record.
Yes.
Is that the one of the magistrate
Yes.
when she was sitting?
Yes, the handwritten one.
So you all of you've got the records of what happened that day. The only thing maybe you don't have, it's the clip, but they say Mr. Mngomezulu has got it in his phone, in his cell phone. Is that what you're saying?
May I respond? I think Mr. Baloi is missing the point when you say he finished us with the transcribed record. Transcription must be from the legitimate transcribers. What he gave us was a copy that is written in shorthand and a typed version of what is contained in the shorthand. There's no transcription. There's no transcription. There's no record that is transcribed. It's only a record that is written in shorthand, which is this one, and a record that is a typed version of what is contained in the in the record which is written in a shorthand.
And
no one ever transcribed the record unless he has got it.
Can you show the court what you call exhibit what? EE.
Yes,
Exhibit
EE.
Just show me the exhibit EE.
Well, it's the
Let's see.
part of it.
Let's see.
Ngamafuphi ke madoda okwenzakalayo ukuthi kumele usukuma uthi unayo imibuzo angathanda ukuyibuza uBrigadier Gininda, kodwa bakhulumile njengabameli bangathanda ukuthi leya video le ebonisa uNtanzi ephakamisa isandla ethi yena akamfunile yameli yakhe, bangathanda ukuthi idlale ngaphambi kokuthi abuze imibuzo. Manje ingathi abazange bathole amaphepha lawa awaneliya ngaleliya naye ukuthi wakade ethayipiwe kodwa umshushu ukuthi banikiwe lawo maphepha lawo manje kusanaleyo ndaba yokuthi banikwa bawathola zange bawathole noma kanjani.
My Lord, to just cut this debate short, we will get we'll get in touch with the Boksburg Magistrate Court and see if we cannot get a CD of those proceedings. Then we can all.
Who was the magistrate that day? Habenga?
Habenga, yes.
Is he still a magistrate?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, then the court will have to call him. Is he still a magistrate?
Well, I assume so, my Lord.
Well, you assume.
I'll have to check.
Yeah. So he was the presiding magistrate.
Indeed.
And who was the prosecutor?
That's myself.
Right. And who was the interpreter?
The interpreter cannot. I think it's the lady. The lady.
Miss Mufokeng.
Yes.
Is that the lady?
Testified. Yes.
Okay. Let's call.
Mr.
Let's call Mr. Habenga. Is it a lady or a gentleman? The magistrate.
It's a gentleman.
It's a gentleman.
Yes.
Right. And obviously, you can't give evidence. And then the interpreter, is he still around?
Yes, it's Miss Mutlaping. We'll just have to check. There were various appearances.
Yeah.
And we just have to check.
I thought, wait. I thought it's in connection with the first appearance. Is that not so, Mr. Minister?
That's correct.
The first appearance in the regional court. Hello, 27.
27 October.
Is that it? Are we agreed on that? Can you make arrangements for the...
Yes.
You know what? Actually, you must issue an official subpoena for Mr. Habenga and the interpreter. An official subpoena through the process of the court. So that if this case goes somewhere else, they must know that this court ordered that they must be subpoenaed. So that what they say must be part of the record of these proceedings. Okay.
As a court, please, but perhaps we're going to suggest that we first get the disc.
Yeah, fine.
We all listen to it, and perhaps it might not be necessary for Mr. Havenka to come and testify.
Okay.
But if those issues cannot
But Mr. Mnisi says he doesn't want to begin anything without having seen that video. He says he can't.
That I'm constrained by that.
Yeah, constraint is an English way of saying I won't do it.
No.
I understand English very well, but I've got 4 courses in English. 4. So you're constrained. That's what you're saying. So you won't cross-examine before.
I missed the point of the transcript record. Are we going to be provided with the transcript record?
Which court are you attending, Ms. Msholot? We've been talking here, everybody's listening, and you haven't heard anything.
My apologies.
Oh, no.
That's why, so that we can be able to engage the state on that order, that we must be provided with the transcript record.
Mr. Balui, when are you going to make the arrangements of getting the disc, as you say?
We will commence with those arrangements immediately, and I'll get in touch with my colleagues. I'm sure it can be done overnight.
But in the meantime, Mr. Mnisi, can you continue with your cross-examination and reserve the cross-examination of the video or the recording clip? Is it possible?
Examination was basically simple. The details of my cross-examination was around Jamia and the mandate that we had. Thank you.
So, Mr. Ngomezulu, you say you got that video clip. Where did you get it from? Hello? What? Yeah, this is why I'm having problems with the evidence being gleaned from TikTok.
That's why I wanted to make it a request from
Who's the gentleman in charge of that contraption, the recording of the proceedings? Was it Was it the same firm which was in charge in Boksburg on the 27th of April? Hello?
I don't remember offhand, my lord.
Yeah.
But, I should be the verbatim or Sneller.
Sneller or?
Yeah, verbatim, one of those companies. But that we can find out.
So what is the dispute about? Is that the fact that the gentleman, Mr. Gomezulu, put it to this court that in fact accused number 2 raised an objection in court to say he doesn't want this
Mr. Mjiako.
Yeah, to act for him on the 27th.
Yes.
Did Mr. Mjiako subsequently also act, for instance, on the 28th, 9,
Yes.
10? Hello?
This is what is strange, you know, he did
Yeah,
appear
because if I chase and fire a lawyer today,
in subsequent
and then he comes
proceedings.
again, I fire him again tomorrow.
Yes.
It must be common sense.
Yes,
So did he subsequently also appear?
Yes, but
And even went to Rustenburg,
yeah,
appearing and cocaine also.
Yes,
Is that the evidence you have?
Yes, I think on the court will see on Exhibit EE, after the 27th, he did appear at subsequent proceedings, and he then submitted a letter. A letter was submitted on his behalf, indicating that he was withdrawing from the proceedings. But that was after the appearance of the 27th of October.
Wait, yeah.
The court will see on the 27th, the accused refused to enter the witness box.
He refused to enter?
Yes.
The witness's box?
Yes. I'm sorry, the accused box.
Sorry, okay, yeah.
On the 27th.
Objection, my lord. I don't know whether the stage is still required.
No,
but
it's not. This is what is recorded here.
Digital,
wait. Digital recording. All accused refuse to enter accused dock. This is written by a magistrate. He's not giving evidence, gentlemen. Rights to legal aid, legal representation, explained. Accused number 1 refuses to respond. Accused number 3, I don't know why I am here. Our constitutional rights are not being considered. Accused number 4, I do not see the necessity of having an attorney. Accused number 5, I also do not see the need. Then it is signed by additional magistrate Avenga. That's what the report says.
And I think on behalf of accused number 2, there's an entry there that Mr. Mjiako.
What about it?
Appears on behalf of accused number 2 on the 27th.
On the 27th.
I don't have the
No, I have it here.
Exhibit.
Date, the 27th October 2020, presiding officer Mr. H. Avenga, public prosecutor advocate G. Baloi, interpreter Madam Mashaba, defense, accused 1 in person, accused 2, Mr. Ntokozo Mjiako of Mjiako Attorneys, accused 3 in person, accused 4 in person, accused 5 in person. This is the record of the Let's give it. Hello, Rose. Give it because they will see all.
They do have the exhibit.
No, they said they don't have these things. Just give them.
I confirm on behalf of accused 1 and 2, we do have exhibit EE. We are privy to.
Were you in court, sir?
On
that day?
On the 27th. No, I was not on record.
Because the magistrate says there was only 1 attorney, Mr. Mjiako, for accused number 2. I mean, the record of the proceedings says so. It's not me. I'm reading.
Like Mr. Advocate Munisi has said, my lord, and I stand by that. That's the summation of the magistrate of what transpired that day. The actual transcribed record will show us behind those answers.
No, fine. Look, I don't have a problem. I just find it strange that here is a magistrate who knows a bit of the law, or the law, he knows it better than me. He makes in the record, he writes, that accused number 1 does not want to cooperate. And here, when accused number 2 is firing his lawyer, he doesn't write that. Just read that. He talks about accused number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. And the most important thing, where accused number 2 fires Mr. Mjiako, he doesn't note it. I'm just saying it's strange to me.
Let them agree with the state that the actual CD will tell us what transpired.
Fine, yeah.
Yes.
But you guys say you can't proceed because the film is not being seen. And you know, hello, how many years are these discs supposed to be kept? Because that's, which year was it?
2020 is 2024. Usually, according to the Archives Act, I think it's about 5 years or so.
5 years.
They should still be available.
Okay, fine. So you want us to adjourn?
It's actually not a one.
Of course, it's a want. We are constrained. And you want us to adjourn because you can't participate in the proceedings without first having viewed the video. That's what I thought you said.
It's a request that can be made for the court.
Okay, let's adjourn until tomorrow. So what are you going to do when you adjourn here?
We'll immediately get on the phone, my lord, and make the arrangements and try to get the disc here tomorrow.
And accused number 2 is raising his hand, madam. Manje,
approach. Yeah.
ummeli uthe uzwa ingathi kuzoba likhulu ukuthi abuze imibuzo leya video ingakadlali. Futhi ijaji libele lifunda izinto ezenzakelele nge-27 zikaOkthoba ku-2020 ezabhalwa enkantolo. Ukuthi lezo zinto ijaji bekade izifunda manje. Ithi into emangazayo ukuthi la ummangalelo wesibini athi akasafuni umjiyako. Leya loya manje akabhalanga. Ingani leyo nto engabhalwanga kodwa zonke izinto zibhaliwe. Hlangana nokuthi kubhalwe nokuthi nina nani ngafuni ukungena ebhokisini. Kodwa le eyokuthi umjiyako akasafuni kungani ingabhalwanga. Manje ke ingathi manje kusakhulunywa ukuthi icala liyahlekiswa lihlekisela kusasa. Manje ithi njengoba bokade kukhuluma sathi ukuthi uya ikhona into afuna ukuyisho bese inkantolo iyasichazisela ukusendela.
And then all counsels, including Mr. Baloi himself also, all counsels, this court orders that you must prepare heads of argument regarding the fact whether a video televised process in this court is evidence in terms of our law. Okay? All of you, tomorrow you must come with a heads of argument.
My Lord, accused number 2 is requested to remain just for 10 minutes. He wants to consult with us.
No, no problem.
Yes.
We are adjourned until tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow then at 10 o'clock.
Yes.